Today I'll be discussing Operation Garden Plot. We'll be right back. Hello everyone, this is Iron Cross. I'm glad you could be with me today. Today I'd like to discuss Operation Garden Plot, and this goes right along with Project Megiddo, the video that I've done before this. It goes hand in hand with it, and it matches up pretty well. The United States Civil Disturbance Plan 55-2. The following information was obtained under the Freedom of Information Act. The original printing was June 1st, 1984. The information herein is unclassified and does not come within the scope of directions governing the protection of information affecting the national security. If any civil disturbance by a resistance group, religious or organization, or other persons considered to be nonconformist takes place under Appendix 3 to Annex B of the Plan 55-2, hereby gives all federal forces total power over the situation if local and state authorities cannot put down said dissenters. Annex A, Section B of Operation Garden Plot defines tax protesters, militia groups, religious cults, and general anti-government dissenters as disruptive elements. This calls for the deadly force to be used against any extremist or dissident perpetrating any and all forms of civil disorder. Deadly force. Please take a close look at this. Under Section D, a presidential executive order will authorize and direct the Secretary of Defense to use the armed forces of the United States to restore order. The actual name for this is martial law. This is part of what Project Megiddo said is just a conspiracy. Under Presidential Decision Directive Number 25, this program serves to cement people to relationships between the citizens of the United States and the global military of the UN establishments of the emerging democracies of the Central and Eastern European countries. This puts all our National Guardsmen under the direct jurisdiction of the United Nations. Again, what Project Megiddo said was just a conspiracy. General opposition forces or groups may attempt to gain knowledge of this plan and use that knowledge to prevent or degrade the effectiveness of the actions outlined in the plan. In order to protect operations undertaken to accomplish the mission, it is necessary to control sources of information that can be exploited by those opposition forces or groups. They don't want you to know what their plan is, basically. OPSEC is the effort to protect operations by identifying and controlling intelligence indicators susceptible to exploitation. The objective of OPSEC is execution of this plan is to assure the security operations mission's effectiveness and increase the probability of mission success. Responsibility for operations security. The denial of information to any enemy is inherently a command responsibility. However, since the operations officer at any level command is responsible to that commander for the overall planning and execution of operations, he has the principal staff interest in assuring maximum protection of the operation and must assume primary responsibility, instability for ensuring that the efforts for all other staff elements are coordinated toward this end. However, every other individual associated with or aware of the operation must assist in safeguarding the security of the operation. Always keep in mind the powers that be own our media. They own the news outlets, so the news stations cannot be trusted to give you the real news. Keep a close eye on what's actually going on and warn as many people as you can. Again, Operation Garden Plot. And you can refer back to my video on Project Megiddo. And you can see how what Operation Garden Plot has said in Project Megiddo is just a conspiracy. But in Operation Garden Plot, you can read that this is part of their overall goal. Anyway, this is Iron Cross, and I thank you for listening. God bless.